All the guys she liked, I didn't like at all, right from the first glance, so much that. Something about the first glance. Why have we been friends for so long? Because we have different tastes in men and the same taste in wine. Even from such quite close people, I've heard, oh, it's all not serious with you. You'll split up later.
How did you meet?
We met in Mongolia in 1987 in the city of Erdenet. We lived in the same house, in a corner entrance. Noticed each other from the window. I was on the second floor, she on the fifth. We glanced at each other through the window, then met in the yard. We met back in school. There are 6 of us, 6 girlfriends. We have been friends for about 11 years. And so, for example, Anya and I have been friends for already 18 years. And we met 25 years ago. It was our 8th grade class. We just talked and talked. It just happened. Somehow, all 4 of us became friends. These were such close people, and there was such mutual understanding between us that it's only recently, when we started counting how many years we've known each other, we realized that 20? Cool, right. 20. Well then, soulmate. It was 2007. I came to the 10th grade in a boarding school for children with visual impairments. They introduced me to Christina and said that she also couldn't see. She was the first person I met who was blind. I remember her kindness, how she took me to have lunch together on that same day. And then, in the evenings, we would sit together, while all the girls who could see better went for a walk. I remember when they told us a new girl would come. We were guessing who it could be. They had already told us her name. We were so curious, so eager, and for me, it's amazing how such a seemingly trivial moment can lead to a lifelong friendship.
Have there been conflicts with your friends' boyfriends, husbands?
Olga argued with my first husband. They could be irritable at times, but I knew it was all because they wanted me to be happy. She just felt like he was wrong. Well, of course, he was wrong, yes. Well, I'm for the girls, right? Of course. Why I should hurt the girls? All the guys she liked, I didn't like them at all from the first glance. Yes. I think, well, probably only her husband, actually. I accepted, you understand. Actually, there were such guys. We even had a saying, looking like at meat. The guys didn't look at us because we were special. Rather, the guys looked at all the girls that way. We usually try to say things like, take a closer look. And with these guys, it all ended eventually. That's how many boyfriends our friendship has survived. Right, the good ones survive. Yes, there were times when we didn't like a friend's partner. It happened and I kept it to myself. I didn't like him, but she did, so I put up with it. It was my partner, right? Well, say it now. Yes, yours too. But they were not the ones, not the partners we ended up with, yes.
Have you ever kissed each other?
Yes, even French kisses. And we were joking about it. Moreover, we did it in front of our men. They were utterly shocked. What do you think? Should we answer this question? Well, actually, our friends are going to watch our video now, and our parents too. Okay, once we decided to try, to see how each of us kisses, that's all we'll say. Unfortunately, we never kissed. We never thought of it, right, to kiss? Well, maybe when we drank a little, but, because we're always laughing, we don't have time for that. Yes, there goes the friendship, Natasha. It's all lies. 20 years just wasted pride. What if it ruins our friendship and we end up having to get married? We never felt drawn to that, although there was a case. At the company when we first joined, a rumor was spread about us, saying we were so close because we were lovers.
Tell us about the most memorable moment of your friendship.
I remember this moment in the hospital when the first person I saw in my room after surgery was my friend with chicken noodle soup. She vainly tried to feed it to me. Of course, after the anesthesia, the soup had its consequences. She immediately cleaned up and continued to feed me. For me, that was a touching moment. We were young at that time. We have this one song called Friends. When we get together, we always sing it with the guitar. It has become our song. When I got married, I knew nothing, but the girls wrote a song. And at the end, they suddenly sang the chorus of this song. I just started crying. It was so touching. Just don't cry now. My relationship was at stake when we were building hers. It was on New Year's Eve, the 31st. I was supposed to celebrate New Year's with my boyfriend and son at his place. We decided to stop by a cafe with her, just the two of us in the cafe eating ice cream. And as fate would have it, Lena's future husband walked in with a friend. My future husband. Yes, we then left the cafe and went to celebrate New Year's at my place, the four of us. Even on the way in the trolley bus, some stranger gave us a bag with champagne and sausage. So I ended up arguing with my boyfriend for my friend's sake, only to give her away in marriage 6 months later. It's okay. He sulked for a month, but then he came back anyway. One night, all four of us stayed together. We collected a box with meaningful things for each other. And at 4 in the morning on June 22nd, somehow, I don't understand how, we went to bury it in the park in our district. A few days later, we realized it wouldn't stay there for 10 years as we planned, and we went to dig it up. Not a few days later, Natasha, we dug it up after 5 years? Yes, after 5 years. No, it was quick. No, after 5 years. I'm telling you, I don't remember much. Last fall, we flew together to Tunisia. Of course, other friends were with us, but I'm glad that Christina was there at that moment. Storm or no storm, rain, night, she still went swimming in the sea with me. We went with friends, almost all of us with visual impairments. People around us didn't believe in us, but we managed. It brought us very close together.
Have you had serious fights?
Once, after an argument with my first husband, I went off with a student group for rock climbing for 5 days. When I came back, she told me off. She really did. Everyone was worried. Well, because I knew her husband wouldn't let her go to the mountains. When we recall any quarrels, we usually find them funny. Once the girls quarreled over cutlets. After that, we coined the term cutlet quarrel. So, these were some kind of petty quarrels. I brought back Harry Potter balls from a trip for everyone. Harry Potter is just our thing. And I decided to bring different ones because it's not interesting if everyone has Gryffindor. So I gave 2 friends Hufflepuff balls. One of them didn't like it, and we started arguing why it's a good house. We've never really had serious quarrels. There were serious misunderstandings. I realized they were my true friends when I disappeared from our relationship. Basically, I chose a man during a certain period, and it was a big mistake. After that, they still told me, that was your mistake, but we still love you. You're still ours. And I'm eternally grateful for that. I'm more into cooking, cleaning, household stuff. Christina, she's into music, electronics, good with computers, installs programs. My Skype crashed on my computer. At that moment, I didn't know how to install it, as I still don't. Christina was busy with something, and I needed it urgently. I said, Christina, help me. She said, why can't you do it yourself? I got offended. Then don't ask me for anything ever again. Then silence. Christina left. I realized she locked herself in the bathroom crying. I was crying too. Knocking on the door, she was crying on the other side. Eventually we came out, hugged, cried together, and apologized to each other.
Were you jealous of each other?
I remember that situation very well. I think sometimes there's jealousy, especially when someone goes out in twos, and it happened accidentally, but then someone found out that we went out without inviting them. Why didn't you invite us? You can talk it out, find out why, say there's no reason to be jealous, that I'm just as much your friend as I am hers, to show your love, care. There's another friend, Tanya. They can sit in the kitchen, talk about elevated topics. I'm more down to earth. At such times, I go to my room, feeling a bit down, like, why can't I keep up with their conversation? I felt jealous when we went on vacation, and another girl came with us. Somehow she wanted Inka's attention. At those moments, I was like, what's this? We're just talking. Why is she spending so much time with her now?
Do you know everything about each other?
I don't know everything about her for sure. If I do know, I don't remember. Sometimes, I think. And I think, yes, we know a lot about each other. You for sure, you remind me. Me? Yes. I just have a better memory, so I know more about her than she does. Probably everyone has an area of life and relationships where a second or third person is always superfluous. Of course, we don't tell each other everything about, say, relationships with husbands. It's not necessary. In my relationship with my husband, I don't let anyone in. Sometimes not even my children, my mother, sometimes not even my friend. You tell her what you need to tell. But between each other, of course, no secrets. When Christina is in a bad mood and we still live together, I start questioning her, saying, Krista, what's wrong? Krista, what happened? Nothing. At such moments, I feel, an internal unease, as if something happened to me, but I just can't understand what it is. The theme of spiritual experiences, I don't really discuss that either. I have my own writings, my own notes. I don't share their content. Honestly, I believe that no matter how long people live together, they can never fully know each other. And I can't say about anyone in my life that I know them completely.
Have you encountered stereotypes about female friendship?
Even from such close people, I've heard, oh, it's all not serious with you. You'll split up, start families, and that's it. You'll have nothing. Well, I say let's see. Maybe we will be the exception. We still constantly encounter the phrase that female friendship doesn't exist. I think it's not about female friendship not existing. If someone believes that female friendship doesn't exist, one might as well believe that male friendship doesn't exist, that friendship in general doesn't exist, that love doesn't exist, and so on. I just think that those who say female friendship doesn't exist are people who are just very envious of our strong 20-year friendship. People hold varying beliefs. However, it's important to acknowledge that women may struggle more with self-belief and self-love than men. If you're not at peace with yourself, it can negatively impact your relationships. The good news is that with effort, anything valuable can be salvaged. I accept it, but I think no, not until the first man. Well, maybe the second. Why have we been friends for so long? Because it's a cliched phrase. We have different tastes in men and the same taste in wine. Last year, a woman tried to convince me, how can you allow your friend to go shopping with your boyfriend? Women are treacherous, God forbid. She might steal him away and everything. I said, I trust both my boyfriend and my friends so much that I just don't have such worries. Someone thinks something, let them think. We are still, first of all, as visually impaired people, destroyers of legends and stereotypes. And about friendship, we will destroy those too.